Not gonna take much of y'all time. Probably go for about maybe an hour, a little over.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it live.
So are we live now? Yep, we are officially live. All right. So the Battle of the Hood movies approaches once again. So last time we
Yeah.
did Boys in the Hood versus Minister Society. That was a dope ass stream. So now we got a battle of the
Mm-hmm.
Hood heists. Okay. Before
Right.
Vin Diesel perfected it with his family. All right, in the 90s,
Yeah.
we always lost when it comes to this shit. Cause we got Dead Presidents versus Set It Off, but at the end, both
Okay.
these motherfuckers lost. But we're gonna determine who's
Yeah.
the better movie, though. All right, so before
Okay.
we get into it, we're gonna go around the room here, starting with Q reviews. Introduce yourself, your channel, and talk about that crazy ass tuna video you put out last week.
Yo, what up, y'all? Yo, said this is Q Reviews. Over my channel, I talk all type of things, media. I love making skits, little small film, like what Rashad's talking about. I just made a reaction to Tyler Tuna, this dude who was addicted to tuna. I got a little got a little special R&B video at the beginning for you if you like tuna and if you like getting, real down with the tuna, dancing with it, making love to the tuna, if I may. So I do that over there, just having fun over there, I'm excited to talk about these topics tonight, these two hood juggernauts. So let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. All
All
right.
right, Blacktastic man, floor is yours, bro.
Blacktastic Media's in the house, man. Started off doing movie reviews to get myself started, but as me and you, Q, talked about before, it's getting kind of played out a little bit, oversaturated. So, like my man Q, I like to do original content, and there's a lot to do. I've got some talented people here tonight, and I admire all you guys' work. And the three of y'all always make me laugh, and that's something YouTubers don't possess. A lot of dry humor and talking about movies, it gets stale because it's oversaturated. So, trying to bring it to the table. September 30th will be my last day of filming. I've done it again. It will be done.
Yes.
So within days after that, everybody who's associated with Directors Talk Live, we get it early. So you can check it out, do reviews. We can do interviews, all that kind of stuff. But lately, I've been watching Winning Time about the Lakers dynasty. That's been my thing every week. That channel. So that's about.
Okay. I still got to catch up on that. I keep saying I'm gonna watch it, and I never get to it, man. I feel bad. I guess because I never really messed with the Lakers. Man, I'm a Knicks fan, so
I hear you.
I could kid down. Now, if it was the Knicks winning time, but that can't be a thing because the Knicks don't never win. So
shame on you.
Yeah, I know, right? So Lovelee, floor is yours now. Introduce yourself and your channel.
All right, you guys, I am Lovely's movie review. And of course, in the title, it says movie review. But lately, my thing has been celebrity gossip. I talk about all the latest things, even the VMAs, what everybody was wearing the other day. I am on it. I don't want to say Wendy Williams because she's mean. And we don't like her, do we, guys? We want somebody who's nice. And I just give an overall opinion of the things that's going on. So my channel is a lot of energy, a lot of fun. And I give you a lot of backstory on a lot of the celebrities, what they're going through. And it's non-biased. I mean, everybody goes through trials and tribulations. So I never put my own personal thoughts on what the celebrities are going through these days. But that's me. And subscribe, you guys. Krishan, because of Krishan Rock and Blueface, my channel is doing so good. So every time they do something, I'm on it too. I'm so happy. I'm like, yes, once somebody messed up, yes, let me get it up there. So outside of that, yes. So that is my thing. So subscribe, Lovely's Movie Review.
No doubt.
And these are my brothers from other mothers. They was with me when I only had 5, 10, 15, and Blacktastic. You already know what it is with us. You already know. Like your movie coming out. I love it. Oh my God, who's in it? Do you have a leading person in it? Who's your love interest in it?
That's damn. Caught me off guard. It's this fine ass sister from
oh my God. Are you what?
She kind of looked like your ass, you know.
Oh shit!
Shut up. So it's a doppelganger. I got somebody looking at me running around here. Oh my God. What am I doing?
Hey, it's us all over again.
When
Man.
I dropped the trailer, I revealed a lot of the plot. Lovelee Reviews plays my love interest in the movie. When we met about a year ago through networking on YouTube, we found out we're only like 4 hours away. So
Nice.
I hit, you want to be in my next film? She was like, cool. And you know, man, this was a trip because I've never did love scenes and all that kind of stuff before. So, the first day we met, we're shooting like we're together. So it was a trip, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stories,
it was cool chemistry. Yeah, it was cool chemistry. They're real good.
If you don't believe in us, the film doesn't work. And her daughter's seen a lot of the cuts of the film, her son, a lot of my people, and they said, man, you two are scene stealers when you're on the screen together. And man, guys, you know her as being funny. She's serious in this movie, and she got to deal with the work.
Yeah.
Man, you see a whole different side of
that.
Damn, I can't wait, yo. Look, I'm not even gonna watch the trailer, man. I don't need to watch the trailer. I was sold from the moment you announced it. So you know me, I don't like looking at trailers. I want to go into it completely blind and you know what I'm saying, get the full experience. So looking forward to it, looking forward to both of y'all doing the damn thing. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and by the way, I have everybody's
definitely. Did everybody go out just now? Okay. My thing just came back.
Yeah. No, listen, I already prayed.
Did it come back? Everybody's went off or just mine? Okay.
Yeah, I think just yours went out. I'm not sure. I know mine be tripping too, but not tonight. I'm manifesting that. That shit ain't gonna happen tonight. All right. But yeah, I'll put everybody's link in the description here. So you know, before the night's out, make sure you just subscribe to everybody. Q Reviews, Blacktastic, and Lovelee Movie Reviews. Check them all out. And yeah, I've done it again. Drops you said end of this month, right? Or
October 20th, the last day of shooting.
October 30th. Okay.
But y'all have a link to it by the 1st or 2nd of October. So
okay. Cool.
And he is one of the best people to work with. The best. So we'll talk about that later. The best to work with on set, everything. He just, oh my gosh. I can't tell you, it was the best experience that I've ever had working with somebody very, very professional with the business. And he did that. So it was definitely a pleasure. Anybody, if you see this thing, Blacktastic Media, you know he's a professional on his game, and he's one of the best in it.
Thank you.
You're the best.
You're very welcome.
Damn, what?
The best.
Keep you down. Yeah. All right. So hey, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Dead Presidents versus Set It Off. So I'm start out with Dead Presidents since that dropped first. Came out, I believe, October of '95. This is the sophomore effort of the Hughes brothers after Menace to Society. They now go back to 1970s New York, the Vietnam War, number runners, you know what I'm saying, the whole East Coast thing, and a heist film, a bank robbery that I think even before you watch the movie, you know, goes totally wrong. All right, and it's known for the white faces with the black makeup and stuff. You know, I know it's been cosplayed a lot of times. Very iconic film. Not as well received as Menace to Society. You know, critically, you know, Siskel and Ebert didn't too much care for. You know, a lot of people didn't think it was up to par with Menace, but I think, you know, Menace was lightning in a bottle, so it's unfair to compare it to that movie. But I think on its own, Dead Presidents is a very solid film. It aged very well. Rewatching it, okay, so it's not one of those where you say, it's good for a 90s film. No, it's a good film. It's a great fucking film in my eyes. That's why we're talking about it tonight. So stars Lorenz Tate, Bakeem Woodbine, is it Keith David or David? Oh, it's Keith David, right?
Keith David, yeah.
The Black David. Okay, Keith David. Who else? Chris Tucker, Nabushe Wright, and a whole lot of others. Okay, so squaring off is going to be Set It Off, directed by F. Gary Gray, director of Friday. All right, got Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett before she lost her marbles. The lovely Vivica Fox before she got surgery done to her face. Who else? Dr. Dre's in here.
Yeah.
Who else is in there?
He is.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. Oh, and the one that played TT, I forgot her. What's the name? Is it Kimberly Elise?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kimberly Elise.
Kimberly Elise. Okay. Yeah.
Don't
So
forget
another.
Kimberly Elise.
Yeah,
The
Kimberly Elise.
director made a debut in the film. Up, up, up.
Oh, he sure did. He sure did.
Yeah. Damn sure did. Damn sure did. So, so this
Yeah.
one here, four single women.
When he drove by, because Queen Latifah's was still a bucket, it hadn't been fixed up yet.
Yeah. So yeah, these women are broke as a joke. They work for Broke as a Joke Productions, associated with No Money Records. Okay, they're all hurting, and they decide to start robbing banks. All right, and I don't need to say any more. I think you kind of know where that goes. So let's see, we got a couple of comments here. Hold up.
Yeah.
I choose set it off. Okay. So already, okay, Dead President's best plan, worst executed heist ever.
Damn.
Yeah.
True.
All right, so we're gonna start. So the way we're gonna do this here is I'm gonna name off all the categories. Okay, so according to the category, you're gonna say which movie did it better, and at the end, I'm gonna tally everything up, and then that's gonna decide what was the better film. All right. So we're gonna start out with the better script. Okay, well, which had the better script / better story? And Q, I'm gonna start with you.
Okay, yeah. Both, yeah. These both were classic movies straight off the bat. So if I had to think of a script that's better between Set It Off and Dead Presidents, I'm gonna go with Dead Presidents. It had a lot more layers to the plot than Set It Off did. Set It Off was pretty much one note, they're poor and they rob banks to get money, but it was a whole lot of stuff going on with Dead Presidents of what coming back from the war, not being able to get a job, you know what I'm saying? And we start the movie before we go to war and then come back. Script wise, I will say Dead Presidents had a stronger script by a point.
Okay.
In my opinion. I mean Dead Presidents.
Okay, cool. All right, Lovelee. What about you? Better script, better story.
I'm gonna have to go now. I'm a female, so I don't want to say that it's always going to be a landslide with Set It Off, but it does have a lot of points in its favor with me because of being a mother. But only Kimberly Elise was the mom. But to me, I felt like each one had their reasons for wanting to have that money from the bank. You have Kimberly Elise with her, what happened with her kid, drinking the thing, which was crazy, and they've taken what's her name from Amen. I'm thinking of Amen. What is her name when she takes the baby
Craig's
from
mama.
her?
I just know it's Craig's mama.
Craig's mom. Anyway, her whole little, thing made her like, I'm not gonna get my baby back unless I have that money. And then you have Jada Pinkett losing her brother. And then you have with Vivica Fox just, happened to know somebody from the hood, which was Dub C. And I felt like each one had their own reasons for wanting to have that money. So that's why I liked it from a woman's perspective of wanting to see if they could make their lives better, but not really knowing how, but knowing that money would probably solve most of their problems. So that's why I'm going to choose Set It Off with the story and the script.
All right, respect. All right, Blacktastic.
Man, you both bring up great points. I agree, guys. When it comes to Q, what he said story-wise, I think the premise of Presidents is better. The premise, but the actual script, word for word, spoken and executed on film, I give it to Set It Off.
Okay.
When they were talking and telling their side of the story, I felt every emotion. Every both they did, I felt it. Dead Presidents, man, I love it. Like I said, I love the premise, but the execution just wasn't as strong as it was in Set It Off. I'll leave it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so Set It Off wins that round. All right, so now we go to the better lead. Okay, so Dead Presidents, of course, Lorenz Tate as Anthony, which the whole film really centers around him and his. So it's like a character study pretty much about him. And then Set It Off, even though there's 4 leads, but Stoney, Jada Pinkett is really like the main focus. Like she's the backbone. She's, the heart of the group that keeps the group together. So I would say she's the lead. So we're gonna go reverse this time. Blacktastic, I'm gonna start with you. Who was the better lead, Lorenz Tate or Jada Pinkett?
Jada Pinkett by a landslide, man. I remember opening night going to see Dead Presidents. Man, I was hyped. The trailers was dope. And coming off of Minister Society, man, I'm like, man, I'm on this dude's nuts. I think he
said,
I think he asked for this particular film because he has a baby face when he went off the war and came back and everything. He looked like he didn't age. When he was battling his baby's mama's ex-supporter,
Clifton Powell. Clifton Powell, is that him?
Yeah.
It was night and day. He was a man and he looked like a man, whereas Lorenz, little boy, and we were trying to stand up to people and trying to muscle up. It wasn't believable. Jada Pinkett, I felt it when she had to go sleep with homeboy to pay the rent. I felt it when her brother got shot and killed, when she was trying to celebrate him out the hood. When every time she cried in that movie, man, I felt it. Jada Pinkett was on point in that movie. I think it's her performance out of all of her films, but when it comes to a lead, I just think, no disrespect to Lorenz Tate, he did a fine job. I think he was missed for that particular role.
Okay, that could be true. I agree.
All right. Well, in all fairness, Lorenz Tate is a vampire though, because he's like 50 years old and still looks the same way he did in '93. You know,
he sure does.
How the hell is it? He's older than me, and I look older than him.
You know? Right. I don't know how they're doing that. Yeah.
Shit. Look, Lorenz Tate calling me Unc. I'm like, Unc, nigga, you older than me.
Man.
Like no crack.
What? Let's see. Jada played the same role in every movie. Jason Lyric said, "Nah, not necessarily. No, her character was different." And Jada, no, Jason Lyric, she spoke with a terrible Southern accent, but no, she was a different character.
Right.
You know, I'll give her that.
Yeah.
All right, respect. Let's go. So, Blacktastic, you picked Jada. All right, Lovelee. What about yourself?
I'm gonna go ahead and have to piggyback with my boy Blacktastic on this one because of the fact of Jada, how you said that you felt everything. I agree. I feel that's one of her best acting things that she's done. I'm on acting thing. That was one of her best acting roles, was being, what was her being Stony, because when she was crying when her brother was shot and she's in that parking lot like, what? I mean, I felt that. I felt that. She turned all red and everything. I mean, of course that's going to happen. She's low. But the fact that she did that really, really, I mean, I felt that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I had kids and did I maybe, but it's like, it was just really, it was gut wrenching to see her crying over her brother being shot, and he was actually a good kid. Why he would walk out with something like that on his head, is beyond me. But the fact is, that was really sad. Yeah, that part was really sad, and it was emotional. So I'm gonna have to go with Jada and set it off.
Yeah, she definitely had that black mama cry down. Didn't she? Like back then when you audition for a movie, okay, do your best black mama cry. Not my baby, Lord, not my baby. Please. Oh, Lord have mercy. You have to have the snot coming out and shit. Ricky!
Man, she did that. Right. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So we got two for Jada.
She had the black mama cry.
Yeah.
She did that.
All right, Stephanie.
Or even when she fought Queen and picked up the bottle, I was okay. Yeah. So
yeah, that was realistic. There's no way Jada could beat Queen Latifah in the fight.
What?
Yeah.
She was like, "What you want to do?" So I did like that. Yeah.
All right, Stephanie from Out by the Popcorn says, "Hey everyone, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing?
What up, Steph?
Peace.
Hey.
We still got a collab for. We supposed to collab for. What we supposed to collab on again? I think it was "Can't Buy Me Love." Yeah, so we still got to do that.
My favorite. I'm gonna do that, you guys. I love that movie.
All right. Well, yeah.
Original with Patrick Dempsey, right?
Yeah.
I love that movie. Love it.
Wow. Yep. Jada got naked and Jason Lyric give her an Oscar. No, that was Jada's body double. That was not Jada. Okay, so let's yeah.
I got some tea. Thank you. I was about to say I got some tea for you guys. That was not Jada's body.
Facts.
That's some tea.
All right. Why's this kid? I'm trying to get it off. It keeps because I don't want. Okay, see, StreamYard, you tripping. You tripping now. Okay. All right, so Q, you're up last. Better lead. Jada
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Lorenz?
yeah. I like both of these leads though, but if I'm
Okay.
be honest with you,
Okay.
I roll with Lorenz Tate character a little better in
Okay.
Dead Presidents. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Because I seen
Okay.
his whole story arc. From the beginning when he
Yeah.
was messing with the girl, her messing around with Cuddy and him getting back at Cuddy, and then the bank robbery, and then seeing this whole character's journey from beginning to end, and see that outcome really made me feel some type of way about like
mhm.
America itself, and
Yeah.
how they treat veterans and everything. And
Mhm.
I thought he did a better acting job here than
Okay.
Jada did. Not to take nothing away from Jada. I think that was probably,
I
like you guys
agree.
said,
I hear
her
you.
best written character in her
Mm,
career.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, is to set it off one though. But like I enjoyed Lorenz Tate acting a little bit better, and I enjoyed his story
Mhm.
arc, even though it was
Okay.
messed up. You know what I'm saying? I think
Okay.
Jada was good. It was a little one note. Like if you try to even produce set it off nowadays, because their character's so one note, people will call it out. But back then, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm saying it was
mm,
it was a little bit more passable. You know what I'm saying? But as a Dead Presidents, you
Yeah.
quite didn't know which way it was gonna go. Um,
right.
so as a
Okay.
character, I didn't really know what was gonna happen. So I kind of figured that Jada would make it out.
Okay.
But like I didn't know that was gonna happen
Mhm.
to like Lorenz Tate character. You know what I'm saying? And then that flip out at the end just sold me as a better character. He threw the
Yeah.
chair to judge and shit. Yeah, I just love that.
Yeah.
So I'm going with
Yeah.
that
That is
one.
true though.
I guess two
Okay.
against one, but that's just that's
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. You got two Jada and Lorenz. Um, yeah,
No,
well,
those are some
and
good points though.
nah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Like, Lorenz Tate, like that, he actually really showed a lot of range in that role. And
Mhm.
what I'm saying, like you said, his arc and everything. And
Yeah.
okay, so that goes into the next question. Okay, this is almost kind of an unfair question because, like you said, Set It Off has 4 leads, and this one had 1 lead, but
Mm.
the better supporting cast. So before you answer that, okay, because I know you're thinking, yeah, Vivica Fox and Queen Latifah and everything, but remember the characters in Dead Presidents. You had Cuddy, okay, who was very memorable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Terrence Howard, that was the star of Terrence Howard. And come on,
Yeah.
man, come on, man. That was the
Chris
beginning of
Tucker.
Terrence Howard and his pimping. Okay, you had the Bushy Wright as the Black Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Keith
Mhm.
David is Kirby. He
Marquis
was
Woodbine.
Bakeem Woodbine. Yeah, the
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
better. Okay, so better characters. Okay, better supporting characters. Set it off at Dead Presidents. Q, I'm gonna start with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that cast in Dead Presidents is fire, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like Chris Tucker, you know what I'm saying, Terrence
Yep.
Howard, yeah, Marquis Woodbine,
Yeah.
Keith David. Oh my god. But if I gotta keep it real with you, the chemistry's better with those 4 leads and Set It Off. I can't lie.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like with those 4
Yeah.
leads with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett and Vivica Fox, they just all work off each other so magically. That scene with them drinking the brew on the porch, I mean, that seems just like real, like they're like
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
legitimately real
Classic.
friends and
Yeah.
Right.
cared about each other's
Yeah.
welfare. So I love
Yeah.
that cast, talented cast and Dead Presidents, but the more believable cast to me as friends is Set It Off. Well, by
Mm-hmm.
far, yeah, by
Yeah.
2
Dope
points.
chemistry.
Mhm.
Dope chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Blacktastic.
Man, it's gonna sound like I'm stealing words out my man's mouth. Dead President, the
Right.
characters
Right.
were memorable, funny,
Mm-hmm.
and quotable.
Mhm.
But on screen,
Yeah.
Kim is everything when it comes to your co-leads and your co-stars. And those 4 women demanded every scene they was in, and they was all 4 together when they was
Mhm.
doing editorial work, when they was laughing, drinking the brew, putting money on top of the hood of the car, and they swimming in it. And I mean, when they came up, and when they were
Yeah.
down, they were down. And when
Mm-hmm.
homegirl's son, little
Mhm.
poison, they were there.
Mm-hmm.
And each of their
Yeah, they
story,
were.
when they talked amongst each other,
Yeah.
they were homegirls from the hood. I could relate
Mm-hmm.
to single last one of them. I know every person in that film, one shape, size, or another. And
Mm-hmm.
it
Mhm.
was shot right there in my hood. And when I just see Queen Latifah from the East Coast
Yeah.
film, I mean,
Right.
come on, the braids. Come on, man. It was just they was almost co-leads throughout the whole film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though Jada,
Nobody
was
else could have did that. Mm-hmm.
Queen Latifah was my favorite character in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she was my favorite. So I got to set it off. But
Yeah.
Dead, man, don't get me wrong, that's a dope cast, but just chemistry versus I got to go with the chemistry.
Yeah. Kevin here says Queen Latifah was a real star. Yeah, well, Jada's the lead, but I'll agree. Queen Latifah stole the show. You know,
she stole the show.
was the lead.
Yeah, she did.
Definitely. Yeah, she made her bones as an actor, and just like Isaiah here said that Chris Tucker made his bones as an actor in Dead Presidents. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what'd you say, Q?
That was like his first role after Friday, right? That was before Rush Hour.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was right after Friday. Yeah, well, his first role was House Party 3. And after House Party 3, then he did Friday, then he did Dead Presidents was like his first serious role. And I mean he was still funny, like he was still the comic relief, but then shit got dark. We're like, that was kind of creepy when you see him when he OD'd with the eyes, and his eyes was white.
Yeah.
That was
I'm so
wild.
tired of being alone. I'm so tired. That was epic right there. That was epic. I was like, man, that was it right there. That scene. I remember.
All right, so Lovelee, it's your turn. Dead Presidents, depending on you to kind of save it. So you're picking Dead Presidents, right? As far as
I am not picking Dead Presidents. I just said that scene when it was Al Green singing. I am positive.
I mean, you was just singing Al Green, though. What's up?
Because I like Al Green in that movie. I like that song in that movie. I can't. But you know what? After listening to Q, all those points make me almost rethink some things, when I'm definitely thinking about Dead Presidents, because it was a lot of good things in it. And Chris Tucker did a really good job, too. I really did like that fact. When he's at war, forgive me for this scene, but he's like, come here, when he says that stuff there, when he was telling them to come in and stuff. I was like, that's funny. He like switched it up that quick. But and he's like, we're gonna put an ad in the paper if we're gonna just tell everybody. Yeah, okay. So them are my scenes, you guys. I'm telling you, I just seen it too. So I just seen it again. But as far as set it off, I'm gonna have to Rashad go and set it off again. Okay. Just like what you said, Blacktastic, each one of those people. You know somebody like that. And you guys, I always tell my girls this. It was me and my daughters, not just my homegirls. It used to be a girl that I knew. Her name was Precious, right? Her real name is Precious. Not her street name, not her stripper name. Her name was Precious, okay? And she used to always tell us, you guys. She would tell me, my friend Samantha, my friend Ronnie. She would always be like, you guys, we could do it. Just like Set It Off. We could do it.
I remember hearing that back in the day. I remember a lot of women did. A lot of chicks did that. Yeah.
They made this movie, the actors made it believable to where I'm sure it was girls that seen that and was like, we could do that. Because my friend Precious, she used to always tell us, you guys, I promise, she used to always be like, you know what, John, we could do that. We could do something like that. Set it off. Like, I'm telling you, look at the movies. We can do this.
I hope you can do 5 to 10 in the penitentiary.
I don't even know what happened to my girl. I don't even know. But she used to always be like, I'm telling y'all, we could do it. We could do this. I just feel like, nah, I'm a weenie, man. I'm Oscar Mayer up over here. But that's how some people felt. So they felt these actors with a script. But she's, I'm telling you, we could do it. We could do something like this. So that right there,
don't do it.
Don't do it. You can.
It comes a time. There comes a time when you have to know that it's only a movie. Trust me. I got that lesson when I watched the Karate Kid. I thought I could do the crane kick, and I got my ass.
Always was joking. She just always felt like we could do it. She would be so serious, but in a joking way. I used to be like,
she might not be joking.
Shout out to
right.
Precious,
I'll never
man.
know what happened
Yeah.
to her. I really never knew what happened to her. But
She
for
tried
that
it.
time, we was cool. But she used to always be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, we could do
She
this.
tried
We
that
could
shit.
do
Got
something like this."
25
Yeah,
years.
you don't
exactly.
want to go to jail with a name like
Exactly.
Precious. Trust me.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look her up. You know what?
This
That
is
a
Precious.
good
Put
name.
all the
Yeah.
money in the bag.
Exactly.
Precious.
But don't say
Oh
my
my
name,
God,
nigga.
Promise. Oh my
I
God.
ain't get my wallet.
Always be like, I could do it.
Oh shit. All
That's
right,
a
so
real name too.
all right, so we got a clear, we got a sweep here so far with the supporting cast. Okay, so now next category, Lovely, I'm gonna start with you. We're gonna go with the score. Okay, I'm gonna say okay, we're gonna do score first, then soundtrack. So, better score, better music, not original score, not the songs, but the actual
music, yeah.
composed score of the movie. Dead Presidents. Now remember, Dead Presidents was scored by Danny Elfman.
Ooh.
I don't know who
Okay,
scored and set it off.
Score.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, and you're gonna start with me. Okay, let's.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Look, you're on the roll talking
Okay.
about Precious, so
So
let's
the
roll
score
with it.
is basically just the music when things are changing, when scenes are changing.
Yeah, well, the composed score. So not
The
the
composed
not
thing.
not the
Okay.
songs, but the actual like musical
Not that
score.
soundtrack. Okay,
Right,
because
right.
that last song I was like, yeah, I like that because of that song. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
soundtrack. Okay, the score. Okay. I actually haven't thought about it that much, but me just watching Dead Presidents recently, I would have to say that this one's going to probably be Dead Presidents for me.
Mhm.
For some reason, I felt like the transitions were good because of that. So
Right.
I am going to go with Dead Presidents on the score versus the soundtrack at this point.
Okay.
And it could be because it's fresh in my mind, you guys. It could be, like I said, I just seen it
You
again
ain't
2
gotta
days ago.
apologize if
So
you think
I'm
that's
gonna
the
go
better
with Dead
score. That's the
Presidents
better
on that
score.
one.
Listen, I know. I already know what movie you like better because you already apologizing for liking the score better than the other movie. Now, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I mean, I think it's fresh in my head.
All right. So we got Dead Presidents from Lovelee. Okay, Blacktastic. What you got?
That could be true.
by a landslide is Dead Presidents, because I remember opening night, the way that film was shot,
Mm-hmm.
mood, the music coincide perfectly.
Right.
Like you said, from transition to transition, that movie was on. And Danny Elfman, I'm a little biased, is one of my favorite composers of all time, but that score fit that movie and the look, the black, the dark, the gray colors, man. And when it went back to the war scene in Vietnam, man, you got to remember, that was powerful.
Yeah.
I felt that.
Yeah.
It's not even close. The only thing I remember about Set It Off, when Queen Latifah was crying, she got in her car, started crying, and drove to the police brigade. That's the only thing I remember for, and that whole film.
Okay.
One thing don't make a movie, so Dead Presidents fight.
That's true. Dead Presidents.
Okay. And I just want to add quick. I don't play the moderator here. I just want to add quick though that also it kind of gave Dead Presidents like a cinematic feel because you could take that score and put it with any film almost and it would fit, you know what I'm saying? Whereas black films are supposed to sound a certain way, and a lot of them have a certain sound. You know, they have that soulful, you know, either kind of gospel sound or that soulful, like, you know, but
you gonna get it now.
You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's dead. You know, but Dead Presidents had like a very cinematic score that just gave it just like that much more of a boost. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna shut up though. Lovely didn't like that comment.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Come on back, girl. We ain't mean that shit.
Jimmy's dead.
I'm gonna take a break. Scooby snacks.
Hey.
Yeah, take a break for Scooby snack.
All right, so Q.
Get you back.
Yeah, you're last, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm going Dead Presidents for the score. Yeah, absolutely. I don't, like you said, I don't remember, like Blacktastic said, I don't remember a lot of that score and Set It Off. I just don't remember it. Maybe because I haven't seen it in a while, but I just don't remember it at all. But I do remember, like Blacktastic said, that music going with the scene of the, you know what I'm saying, of the 70s and and like you said, it just has a a cinematic feel that you can put it in even a science fiction movie and it'll work.
Yeah.
So that's why I
Agree.
mean, that Elfman, it just hit differently than the Set It Off one. Not like to say the Set It Off one didn't have the Jimmy's dead. Oh, we better do something now. It didn't have that, but I just don't remember it. So that's why I give that one to Dead Presidents.
Okay. Dead Presidents was a better. Look, this ain't about fear. This ain't about fear. This is about what it is. It is
you
what
talking
it
about
is.
soundtrack too, right? We're talking about score.
Yeah, we'll score. Well, soundtrack is there. Well, they kind of go together, but I just want to knock the score out. So soundtrack. Okay, I kind of have in my mind what I think the soundtrack is going to be, but okay, Blacktastic, I'm gonna start with you. The better soundtrack. Okay, if you go to the record store and you get to pick. Okay, what soundtrack am I buying? Dead Presidents Volume 1 and 2, or that Set It Off soundtrack?
Man, Dead Presidents by a landslide. It had all the classic hits. Back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Memorable. The best thing about Set It Off was En Vogue. That's
Q was just singing that.
Yeah. What you gonna be? Yeah. I can't pretend.
Yeah.
I can't sing worth of shit.
But Dead
See,
President.
your note got so high, it knocked my AirPod out.
Right. but Dead President.
It knocked my AirPod out. You did it. You hit that high note.
My bad. I'm terrible. My bad. Don't let me sing.
You can play Dead Presidents from beginning to end. You put that CD on back in the day from beginning to end. You ride in your hoopty, boom. Now, that's the soundtrack. I was skipping shit. I was a whole lot of shit. Oh damn. Who fell into the
Cyrus, look who's back in the motherfucking house.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody
Cyrus,
doing?
what's good, fam?
Man, you just woke up.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I just got back in the house from one of my walks. I just hopped out the shower real quick. I had to come on and see what's going on with this wonderful live broadcast. How is it going? I know I missed a whole lot probably.
All right, so basically, the way I'm doing this here is so we're having, of course, Dead Presidents versus Set It Off. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking everything down in category and which movie did it better. So right now we're about five in. So I'm gonna let you catch up. So before I continue, because we're gonna go to the soundtracks. We left off with Blacktastic, but Cyrus, I'm gonna go with you. So real quick, we got the better script, better story. Which one did it better?
I got Dead Presidents.
Okay. All right. Better lead, Lorenz Tate or Jada Pinkett?
I'm gonna go with Lorenz Tate.
My man.
Taking things up a little bit.
My man. All right. Now better supporting cast.
Ooh, Set It Off.
Okay. All right. Better score. Original score, not songs, but just like the score.
Oh, Dead Presidents.
Okay. All right. And look, since we're already on you, better soundtrack.
Ooh. That's a tough one, man, because
In Vogue.
You know what I'm saying? That's
you want to sing it again so bad.
Fire. Yeah. I love the early 70s, late 60s of their presidents. But then the soundtrack for Set It Off had Days of Our Lives from Bone Thugs. It had the Vogue joint. It had the Busta Rhymes Live to Forget joint on there. Ooh. I have to pick one. I can't do a tie, right?
You can do a tie. You can tie. You can have a draw.
I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah.
Set It Off is Set It Off.
I was about to say you got $10 in your hand. You go to Sam Goody. All right. You got two picks. You got $10. Set It Off for Dead Presidents. Which one you buying?
I'm gonna get the Set It Off.
Set It Off. All right, my man. All right. So okay, better soundtrack. We got wait. So who? Okay. So okay, Blacktastic, you picked the soundtrack. You picked Dead Presidents, right?
Dead Presidents for me.
Okay, and Q, did you pick already for best soundtrack?
I will pick even though I love that En Vogue song to death. I'm going Dead Presidents because it got more of the classic Al Greens and you know what I'm saying, stuff I would just, you know what I'm saying, legendary ride to all the time. No, it's close though, but yeah, I'm going Dead President. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got that old stuff.
Okay, and Lovelee, you already picked, right?
I did not, but I'm going to piggyback off of what Q just said because just with Al Green alone, I mean, that right there. So I'm going Dead Presidents with the soundtrack.
Okay. All right. So next category here we have which movie was more relatable? Okay, yeah. Which movie did you look at and say, "Damn, like this was"? I don't know if you want to say it so much realistic, but I could relate to this. Okay, Lovely. I already know. You know, I already know your answer. So hold on. I'm gonna put yours right now, man. Shout out to Precious.
Yes.
We can do this.
We can do this.
We can do this. Okay, so Lovely, you got set it off. I already know.
Yeah, set it off.
So, Blacktastic, we're gonna start with you. What was the more relatable film that you like? Okay, I feel this more.
It is a dead tie. Because
now you're using tie. No.
Well, let me explain. Let me explain because up close and personal, a lot of my mom's side of family, people who was raised in the 1940s and 30s, they got drafted in that Vietnam War. I've seen what it does to a black person when they come back.
Yeah.
In Compton, it was alcoholism, red eyes, talking crazy, and they never recovered. They never recovered. Set it off. I got homegirls, or my sister's homegirls. I knew them. They would come by the crib. They would sit around, would drink Kool-Aid. They would break. And those were some real girls from the hood. And let me, time to get funky and dirty, them girls would do dirt like you wouldn't believe. They did more dirt than the guys did in the neighborhood. And I was more scared of them than I was some of the dudes in the neighborhood. So very relatable on both ends. I see what America does to black people from both ends. Drugs coming into the tearing us up and going off to Vietnam and not taking care of your own when you come back. It's a tragic story all the way around for blacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very well said.
So you would say Dead Presidents is more.
It's a tie for me. It's a tie.
It's a tie. Okay. All right. I'm just making my notes here. All right, Cyrus. The more relatable film.
Dead Presidents. And I say that because I remember watching it. So let me say this. I think Dead Presidents, I think both films have high rewatch value. Like the rewatch value is heavy on both films. And so ever so often I watch Dead Presidents. And there was a time when I was fresh out of grad school and a brother didn't have no job. You know what I'm saying? It was tough, man. Grad school, when I just got out of grad school, bro, there was times where I only had $10 to my name. There was some times I had negative money in the bank account. And I would watch that scene where this brother was struggling to make ends meet. I'm like, damn, I feel this. You know what I'm saying? This woman was talking down to him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what did you say? Well, can you want yourself a job or something like that, right?
Can you win yourself a better job?
Win yourself a better job.
Stop drinking so
hurt
much.
me. Yeah. That hurt me.
So,
it was like, oof.
I'm like, God damn, I felt this. Well,
so you get that 2-piece with that biscuit. She was all right.
Yeah.
Oh no, he grabbed her. He choked. He said, "Oh, put your ears on me."
Yeah, he's like, you just don't know, girl. You just don't know, girl.
Bring it home to groceries.
I seen Lorenz. I was like, Lorenz.
Oh yeah, like he grabbed like a rag doll, man. I mean, think he just got knocked down the stairs by a pimp.
You know? Yeah, how many times did they have to do that scene? So,
So yeah,
I'm
Dead
sorry,
Presidents.
guys. I'm sorry.
So Dead Presidents for you. Okay. All right, Q.
Oh man. They're both relatable on both sides. Yeah. Yeah, it's like on the set it off. All this stuff happened to them at once. All this that it can happen like that too. You know, like with the baby and the son dying, and they want to rebel against society and go rob banks and get their money. But Dead Presidents, that was like for real. You know what I'm saying? That was happening in real neighborhoods. Like I know like tons of people that grew up, you know what I'm saying, not having their fathers because the stress of them coming back from the wars and things like that, they weren't able to get a job. So they end up leaving the family, all type of messed up situations, turn to selling drugs, getting locked up. So they're both close, bro. But if I had to pick one, I'm going with Dead Presidents because I kind of seen that firsthand myself. So that's why it's more relatable to me as a male though. But I can definitely see it coming on a female, like Lovelee was saying, you know what I'm saying, having a child and these sort of things. I can see that coming from that perspective as well. But like as for me, growing up as a black male, Dead Presidents was directly relatable to what was going on in my neighborhoods. I wasn't that old yet, but I seen it happen to many families. So that's why I'm giving that one a slight point. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, all good points. All right, now we're about to get to the meat and potatoes of this. All right, so what we came to watch both of these movies for was the heist scene. Okay, now Set It Off had 3 bank robbery scenes. All right, but I'm just gonna narrow it down to the last one where they fucked up, because it would be unfair to compare the one where they were successful to the one that Dead Presidents fucked up.
Where they did
so the last bank robbery and Set It Off versus the heist scene and Dead Presidents, which scene was, just overall like film better, look better, was more like just the overall better scene between the both of those? Which one stole it?
That's a good one.
I'm gonna start with who wants this one first? Who wants this one first?
Who won it?
Whoever wants to go first, man.
Who won it?
I don't know. I like this one.
Okay, Blacktastic.
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 Yeah, this is a film. This is Hollywood talking.
Okay.
The Heist.
Okay.
They're better by far. The whole marketing. I was talking to Cybers earlier today, and I was getting off work. The whole marketing was based on the look and the heist scene of that whole film, and it delivered in spades. When I was DJing for Halloween, I did the Dead Presidents. I got the white face, the black eye. I had on black lipstick, and man, that movie inspired me. But that heist scene felt like a 1970s old school TV show with the music. And the way it was shot, the angles was just riveting. It was cinematic. That's the word I'm looking at. It was cinematic. And the score
it was
composed with that at the same time. It's close. Like I said, my favorite part of Set It Off in that third heist, it wasn't even a heist. It was a bank robbery. It wasn't even a real heist. It's Queen Latifah going out like a soldier. That's the best part of that third scene. And one scene compared to a slice of life in a small scene, it's not even close, man. Dead Presidents. That one movie is.
Because it's almost like you waited your whole movie for that moment because you knew it was coming. And it's like you watch like that's the main event. Everything else like just leads up to it. Yeah,
right.
Popping out the dumpster. That I get goosebumps thinking about that right now. It was dope.
That shit was fire. Yeah, I'll just interject here real quick. The thing about that scene that pissed me off though is when your boy burnt all the damn money.
Yeah.
And Chris Tucker was the voice of the audience. He was like, man, what the fuck wrong with you? Man, you see what I did? Man, you blew the whole motherfucking truck up, motherfucker.
this pyromaniac, he done messed up the whole truck.
Burnt the whole damn truck.
I hated that. I think everybody was like,
not the monies.
Not the money. All right, so Lovelee, we're gonna go with you next. Which scene really did it for you? The bank robbery scene, the last one Set It Off, or Dead Presidents?
Well, coming off of what Blacktastic, what you said, it does you know, it rings true about the way it looks, like some old school heists that they used to have, because that's Hollywood, you know. I'm actually going to go with Set It Off. And the only reason why is because I like that standoff that they had with the security guard. And that was the reason when Queen Latifah just took off the mask, like, you know what? Okay. And, you know, Jada is about to put down the gun. She's listening, like, maybe we should stop doing this. And then here comes another security guard shooting, what you call it. To me, that was drama felt. Like, I know that we kind of could tell how the movie was going, you know, but for that one, I wasn't expecting that. You know, we knew someone was probably going to get hurt, but how he came in being like, you know, Day, you know, or something, or top flight security coming in shooting, not even reading the room or seeing what was going on, they probably would have surrendered. But, you know, Queen Latifah, I don't know, Cleo wasn't going to do it. But the fact that scene right there, to me, was really good. And then the fact that they had to leave her in the sixth bowl and get on without her, that to me was good. So that's why I'm going to choose that scene, that last robbery over, you know, the one and Dead President.
Okay, yo, shout out to Cleo. You know, I almost put in. I was gonna say, you know, every hood movie has to have that Buck Wild character. So I was gonna say, like, who was more Buck Wild, Queen Latifah, Cleo, or your boy Bokeem Woodbine as the preacher's son? But then I thought about it. I said, well, Bokeem Woodbine did kind of become a bitch near the end of the movie because he became a preacher, and then he snitched. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Both of those characters were buck ass wild though, so I guess that's like a
very much
a bonus question. I would say, like, well, Cleo or Cleon. Oh shit, yeah, their names even sound similar.
They sure do.
Cleon and
I
Cleo,
didn't know that. His name was Cleon. That's
his name was Cleon. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
All right, so we got one Dead Presidents, one Set It Off. Okay,
right.
Q.
Oh man,
yeah, better
heist. Oh man, it like I'm going off my heart. But straight off the back, it's Dead Presidents, because like Blacktastic said, that whole movie built up to that. That was the Oppenheimer bomb of this film. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Even like in the marketing, they had the you know, the font was made out of like dollar bills and things like that, so you knew it was headed up. So you got all this pressure to rob this bank with Cuddy and all that shit, you know, how your ass a better job and all that shit. So it's building up to this man. He got to do something, you know what I'm saying, to provide for his family. So they come up, you know what I'm saying, since they're military people, they come up with this bank heist. That seemed like a good idea on paper. But but when it's executed and you see all these things going wrong that you're not expecting to go like that, you know what I'm saying? The first bank robberies have set it off. Like, okay, cool, they got it. We're celebrating with them. All the money. This is cool. This is cool. It's you know, it's a dramatization of it. But like Dead Presidents, I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. When I seen the car blow up and the money catch on fire, I was like, this thing looks like it's gonna be fucked now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on. And like them pop it out, you know what I'm saying? How the camera goes, you know what I'm saying, with the two guns. They're basically look like comic book characters, you know what I'm saying, in a good way, like a dark comic book character. Like, these are characters. Yeah, I remember my friends that year just going dressing up like the Dead Presidents with the eyes and just walking around CBS and shit, you know what I'm saying, just being assholes. but you know what I'm saying,
we get some peanuts, motherfucker.
Yeah, we want to be them just because of that bank heist rice. Yeah, like I said, I really remember Queen Latifah dying in the other than that last one and them kind of escaping, but I don't remember too much about the actual heist of that last one, to be honest with you. But I remember Dead Presidents verbatim because it's just so memorable, you know.
It still pisses me off. Like, you just think about everything that went wrong in that robbery, man, from your boy freezing up and, like you said, the truck blowing up, and like none of them did anything right. Like, everything went wrong. Like, nobody did nothing right. Okay, so Cyrus, we're gonna end with you. Better heist scene.
All right, so there was multiple. There was so many and Set It Off. It was a good amount and Set It Off, and there was like one bigger one in Dead Presidents. But I think the one in Dead Presidents was really it was really thoroughly put together. And there was a lot going on in that heist scene. There was a lot of meat in that heist scene. So my man getting ran into the wall with the car.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard.
That was whew, I felt that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when Chris Tucker, I think it was Chris Tucker's character, when he ran out of bullets and he just kept beating the dude with the gun. I think that was
that was Lorenz Tate. Yeah,
that was Lorenz Tate. Yeah, okay. Nah, you're right. But Chris Tucker's character, I think he just shot.
Oh yeah, well he shot the cop from the back. He shot him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
You see the blood get all over the camera.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. But both of those scenes or both of those sequences or both of those clips in that sequence was just. Whew.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, man, I got to give it to Dead Presidents, man. Dead Presidents is a very, I think it's so. My thing with between Set It Off real quick, it was Set It Off and Dead Presidents. I think Dead Presidents is a more like it's a more dense watch. I think Set It Off is more easily digestible.
Okay,
but I Set It Off. I mean, Dead Presidents, man. It had those layers, man, in that movie. Yeah. So much going on. But
that's what Q was saying earlier. Q said the same thing earlier. Said just the layers.
Yeah, a lot of layers.
Yeah. It's a little bit heavier than Set It Off. Set It Off is a blast, though.
Hell yeah,
true.
It's a blast. But like Dead Presidents is just a heavier. Just a way heavier movie because you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, things that went on with the war and then, you know, America not treating right, and then the black people within your neighborhood taking advantage of you when you're gone, Cuddy.
Yeah.
I get the groceries for you, young buck, like that dude. I hated that motherfucker with that sucker.
Merry Christmas, Santa Claus. Don't you ever in your fucking life bite the hand that feeds you, nigga.
Man. And he done walked up them flights of stairs. I felt him on there with them groceries. Oh man.
It takes your man
bringing home the groceries. I used to love bringing home the groceries. Clowning.
They just take your manhood away, man. Like you got no choice but to rebel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a rebel now. But,
right.
You know, that didn't work either though, too. But you know, it just sucks.
Okay. Now this next one might be kind of tricky here because every hood movie has that heartbreaking death, that Ricky death, that Kane death, like that. That one that just rips your heart out. By then you're like, oh no, Ricky. Okay, so in Dead Presidents, I personally don't think there was a character that your heart was ripped out about when they died, but now you're talking about the fate of the character. Okay, so Anthony Lorenz Tate's fate at the end of the movie, where he did life in prison. Like when I first watched that shit made me cry. My heart was broken.
Yeah.
Because he lost everything. So do you think, what ripped your heart out more? Anthony's fate at the end of Dead Presidents, where he got life in prison, or Cleo's death and Set It Off?
Very good.
So I'm gonna start with
You got them drink champ questions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, the difference between me and Nori is I don't cut y'all off when y'all be talking.
All right. Let you
finish. He completely cut you off. Yes.
Yeah. Nori asked me questions. So what did you eat today? Well, like, okay. Well, okay.
Right. We never even heard what they ate.
McDonald's. Okay, what'd you get? I got a big bag. Okay, did you get fries with that?
Okay,
you
know what? I used to get Big Macs and fries.
Have a drink, goddamn, for the fries. Have a drink, goddamn, for the fries.
Yeah. That's what he does.
All right, so Blacktastic, we'll start with you. Most heartbreaking fate: Lorenz Tate, Anthony, and then the Dead Presidents, or Cleo's death and Set It Off.
Damn, man, this is. Whew. Good one. I'm gonna get into the mind of Q on this one. Realistically, Lorenz's character hit me like a ton of bricks because that can actually happen.
Yeah.
Training. You got Denzel going out like this. You got Cleo going out like this. That's cinematic, and it's crowd. Visually, I remember Set It Off more. That scene.
Okay.
But in going home and driving home after watching Dead Presidents, the morality of that story, what happened to him, stayed with me longer. So, man, by a smidget, I have to go with, I can't believe I'm saying this, man, Dead Presidents, because I just knew Set It Off was a better film all the way through. Now that we're talking, I'm rethinking things. I'm like, man, Dead
Right.
Presidents is better than I thought. And I think I'm a little confused because I seen both movies opening night. Dead Presidents bombed and Set It Off was a big hit. And sometimes we get confused when something's successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got caught in that system, but his fate stayed with me. But her death scene was more cinematic and it was dope. But I gotta go with Lorenz Tate, man. That was hard to take, man.
Respect. Okay. Yeah, it was, but like that was like, like, dude. You know, yeah, you see his baby mama in the courtroom crying, and you know that Isaac Hayes walk on by kicks in, like, that got you. Okay, so Dead Presidents. All right, Q, what you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna put it like this. Oh man, Cleo from Dead Presidents had a glorious death. You know what I'm saying? She had a glorious death. You know, it was cinematic. It was tragic, but like, yo, she got out the car with the cigarette out of her mouth, right, and went out in a hell of bullets.
Scarface.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Say hello
Scarface
to my little
way.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah. That's you know that's a movie ending. You know what I'm saying? This is a great, like Blacktastic said, that's a great, you know, cinematic Scarface movie ending. What happens in real life is Lorenz Tate. Like, yeah, like when you're thinking like, yo, we could do that. We could do that. Like, yeah, when you get caught, you know what I'm saying, you get life in prison for armed robbery. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was thinking I could do the same shit too. Like while I'm watching a movie, like, yo, me and my friends could probably rob a bank. I have dreams about this. Like, yo, we could rob a bank, you know, dress ourselves up in white, you know what I'm saying? Then in my dreams, I'm always running from the police and shit and thinking it's real. Then I wake up like, oh shit, I ain't robbing no fucking bank. You know what I'm saying? That shit was all a dream. But
man,
but what really happens though, when you get in that courtroom, they say, oh yeah, yo black ass about to get life after life for this armed robbery. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get like all type of taxpayers' money blown and shit. And his baby mama in there crying. You can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? You just wild out and get yourself more time by throwing the chair at the judge. So I felt that. I was like, oh, he already got his manhood took in the whole movie. He been trying. And then he tried again and failed. And then now, you know what I'm saying, the system completely shut the door on your face. No more chances. That's it. Over. Bow. Yeah. So yeah, Dead President sticks with me more as an ending for a character because it's just so tragic. You know?
Yeah, and look, and to pour salt in the wound, like the fact that remember the lawyer tried to say, you know, use the fact that he was a veteran to get him out of that. Like, yeah, you know, he got the Purple Hearted Canal or whatever. He's a veteran. And when the judge was like, listen, I served in the Korean War, a real war, may I add.
Yeah, may I add? Yeah. And dug in his ass, bro.
Dug in his ass. Threw the book at him. Yeah. So, all right. So, okay, Blacktastic.
I really go out like Cleo and have that judge. Have to be the life sentences. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the cigarette
in front of your family, everything watching you. You know. Yeah. Get taken away in cuffs forever. You know what I'm saying? Got a 3-year-old little girl and shit. Got one on the way. And you're doing life in prison.
Like, say hello to my little friend. Let me go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, don't put me away in front of my family. That's tragic. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I tell you what. And Set It Off's defense a little bit. I tell you, when they said goodbye to each other for the last time.
Yeah.
That got me. Remember, she was in the tunnel and they had, you know, they had cops blocking off both sides, right? So when Cleo was like, just jump out the car, you know, I'll catch up to y'all, I promise. And when her and Jada hugged and they had that embrace, it was like a 5-second embrace. It was silent, but you felt that. And like, I was like, oh man, because they knew they weren't going to see each other again. You know what I'm saying? And that I was heartbreaking. Like both movies are very emotional.
That was it.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, even with TT got killed, when TT died, that was sad too.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I said that because Lovelee, you're next, and I already know because so far you've been team Set It Off all night.
I am team Set It Off, and I'm gonna go with Cleo. Even though you know those were some very good points about Dead Presidents. So I definitely feel that, you know, it opened my eyes to some things because I was, of course, completely team, Set It Off. But with Cleo dying, it was sad. It was sad for me because she was so likable. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was kind of, she was hardcore a little bit. She was a little bit rah-rah. She was so likable. And to see her, that happened to her. But but it did hurt me too. I'm gonna do a tie. Because it hurt me with Lorenz Tate too. You know, it just seemed like he was just always trying to better himself. That is what the whole thing was. He really wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You know, I mean, he did have to, boo-bop Terrence Howard a little bit with that pull stick. But outside of that, at the end of the day, he really just was trying to make it. So I'm going to do a tie, you guys. I'm going to go out with a tie. Because
sorry, no ties allowed. Sorry.
I thought they were going to give him, a little less time or maybe rehabilitation because he served for the country. But no, they're like, no.
That Kwame killed.
No, it's tie. I'm doing a tie. So, I'm going to do a tie on that, you guys.
Okay.
I actually, both of them, it's too hard for me to decide because they both
Right.
They both were very.
Okay.
They both were so good, and they both touched me to see.
I think Cleo had the most beautiful death. Like I said,
you said it's tied. I'm doing a tie.
Cleo went out like Scarface for real.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's
correction.
Almost like Training Day when Alonzo got killed. He was like, ooh, yeah, well, that's what he get. You know what I'm saying? But like Cleo was like, oh, that's a beautiful death. But he's like, oh, I didn't want to see her go, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to see her go, but like she went out like a G.
Yeah.
So
well, Cleo was more gangster than Alonzo because Alonzo got out the car and he was trying to catch his breath. He was and they shot his ass up. Like Cleo came out blasting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Denzel was on the side.
He was still trying to get up. Like,
you think you can do this to me?
Right. She's like, I'm taking one of y'all with me, at least hurt.
I don't know what it is about movies where you get shot in the car. I don't know what it is about movies where you get shot in the car and for some reason you have to get out the car and like expose yourself. I don't know if that's
hyperventilate.
I guess.
You gotta get out. Right.
Oh man, I got a correction there too, y'all. I messed up. Okay, so Samuel Jameson here, but y'all wild, boy. Okay, so Samuel Jameson Fernie, I think he said he served in World War II, not the Korean War. All right, that's my bad, yo. So World War II, then that's my fault.
They gotta hyperventilate.
All right, so we got Ty. Did I get everybody?
I didn't go.
Okay, Cyrus, what you got, bro?
So
it's so funny, Rashad.
At first,
Oh, sorry.
No, that's cool. So at first, I'm thinking.
I'm sorry.
At first, I was thinking to set it off. First, I was thinking set it off.
Yeah.
But I went back. I go back and forth. But what lessened the blow for me with Dead Presidents is that the real life character that Anthony was based off of, he's actually out of jail now.
Okay.
Haywood Kirkland, he was an ex-Vietnam vet, and a lot of his chronicles were covered in a book called The Bloods by Wallace Terry.
Oh, I know.
And so his ass is out. So
wait a minute. So is that any connection to the Five Bloods?
Lightly, yeah. So what they used to call each other, the black soldiers in Vietnam used to call each other blood.
Gotcha.
And so that's the connection there. So that was a common slang that was a term of endearment that they gave each other.
Okay,
but
blood.
Exactly. Blood. So so I give it to Set It Off because it's cinematically more gripping.
Okay,
and I know Homeboy is not in prison anymore. So once I found that out, I'm like, oh damn, that took away the blow. So I get it. I'll give it to Set It Off.
Set It Off. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna get to we're gonna give the directors. We're gonna give the directors their flowers here. So better direction. I know this is a tough one, y'all. Don't hyperventilate. Okay, better direction. We got the Hughes brothers versus F. Gary Gray. Who did the better job with their? I think this is both of their sophomore films. I think right because F. Gary Gray did. Then I think Set It Off was his sophomore effort.
Yeah.
then the Hughes brothers menaced, and then this one. Okay, so who did better this second time around? Cyrus, I'm gonna start with you.
Dead Presidents, man. That motherfucking tracking shot when he was running from the yard into the war.
Okay.
Through the jungle. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's
that was cold. That was a cold piece, man. That was a cold piece, man. That shit was cold, man.
Yeah. No, like the way he shot that the whole Vietnam thing, like it almost felt like another movie. Almost like you forgot you was watching, a movie about New York City. Like, damn, this turned to a Vietnam joint. You know what I mean?
They did it so seamlessly, man. They did it so seamlessly. I got to give it to Hughes brothers, man. They are beasts when it comes to shot design.
Yeah.
Even in Menace, they were getting their little hood Scorsese on.
Right.
Scorsese.
Yeah, well, they said they were heavily influenced by Goodfellas.
Yeah. We can tell. We were talking about that the other night.
Oh yeah. All right, so Q, better direction, F. Gary Gray or the Hughes brothers?
I love both these directors too. I love F. Gary Gray, bro. I love it. I love the Hughes brothers too. Fuck, this one's kind of hard. I ain't gonna even lie. It's almost like I want to say tie, but my heart says that I give the Hughes brothers the slight edge because that bank robbery scene was just filmed so spectacularly. It's one of the best bank robbery scenes of all time. Like of all time, the one in Dead Presidents. Like you can go Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. That's a great one too with the body armor. But like when I think of them, I think of Dead Presidents, and I think of the fun ones that I hadn't set it off. But like, and like Sarah was talking about that gripping shot from New York to the war, and all the war stuff was done good, even though they were on a sound stage, but it felt like Vietnam.
That was a sound stage.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. I'm believing it is because I was looking at like it kind of looked like a sound stage, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't take that with a grain of salt. But I'm getting a slight edge, a half point to Dead Presidents, man. It was just shit just looked good. Put it bluntly. Not taking up from F. Gary Gray. His shit was tight too.
Right.
I'm getting a slight point to Dead Presidents. It's a half point.
Yeah, the Hughes brothers. Both of them did their thing, but the Hughes brothers. All right. But I'm gonna shut up. Like I said, I'm the moderator here.
Money burning in the air. You know what I'm saying? All that. All that symbolism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fire. All that stuff. It's just they were telling stories within stories. With just that bank robbery house itself, and not including the rest of the movie. So, I'm going with Dead Presidents on that one.
Okay, Hughes brothers. All right, Lovelee. Hughes brothers or F. Gary Gray?
I am going with the Hughes brothers as well.
Oh,
I definitely am. Yes. He took the words completely out of my mouth with that. Yes.
All right. Blacktastic, you're the last of the Mohicans.
Man, this is a trip because technically, I think the Hughes brothers were more sound in their selection. But the guys, compared to one guy, you got two guys helping each other direct one movie. It's a little slight edge to them, but I just, from a crowd, please, a director that knows how to get butts in the seats, please the crowd, make you feel highs and lows. I think overall, his direction hit me while I could be hit. Shot selection, the Hughes brothers got them beat. But for overall experience, I'll never forget that night. And he became one of my favorite Black directors after that night. When I seen Set It Off. So I'm going to go with Set It Off and F. Gary Gray.
Very nice.
Yeah. Good points because, when you pay to go to the movies, you want to get that full experience, and Set It Off. Set It Off does get that to you because it hits all the notes. It hits the emotional notes, the action notes, because sometimes it's an action movie, the comedic notes. Sometimes it's funny. Yeah. So you do get the overall experience where the Hughes brothers with Dead Presidents. It's very cinematic. Like that's the best way I can describe Dead Presidents. It's very cinematic. I'm saying like it has It is funny because we always say Black directors, Black filmmakers, but when you watch a Hughes brothers movie, you don't really see Black directors. You just see this is some, what I'm saying? Like, and they
exactly.
Right, and they went on to direct movies that didn't have to do with anything black. They directed
That's true.
From Hell with Johnny
From
Depp,
Hell.
so they showed that they can direct any genre of film because
I like
they're
that.
dope ass filmmakers, not just black filmmakers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So so I just wanted to add that in there real quick. All
I
right,
like that. That was a good
final.
point.
Okay, so final one before we get to our final grade. Which film do you think aged the best? So, for example, like we all have kids here, so without boring your kids to death, if you want to put on a throwback movie and say, check this out, this is one of the classic joints from the 90s, are you going to show them Set It Off, or are you going to show them Dead Presidents? Which one do you think aged the best? All right,
Let me go first.
Okay, lovely. Go ahead.
I have to knock this out. I told you guys a couple of days ago I went ahead and rewatched Dead Presidents. So I was trying to get my daughter, she's 19. I was like, hey, let's watch Dead Presidents. Because she's seen Set It Off. We've seen it maybe like a month or so ago. That's, just the thing. All my girls, my kids, we've seen Set It Off. It was hard for her to keep hers, and she was like, I can't do it.
Oh wow.
She's like, I can't, because it's dialogue. You have to go with them through the stories, and with Set It Off, it kind of just gives you what you want immediately. It's that instant gratification, so it's going to keep you involved just a little bit more quickly. So it's just two different type of movies in a way, but I'm going to have to go with Set It Off because my 19-year-old, she was like, no.
Yeah,
she's like, it looks cool, but no.
That's fair. Like I to this day, I can't get my daughter to watch Dead Presidents. Like she will, and I try to sell her on it, and she will not watch it. Yeah, she will not watch it.
My daughter seen the thing to it, the cover to it. She was like, "Oh, this is scary," or I'm like, "No." And then I have to explain, "No, this is what it is." So she was like, "Okay, let me take." I know I'm good. She's like, "No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it." So
okay,
yeah.
Okay, so Set It Off for you. All right, Cyrus. Which movie you think aged the best?
So I'm gonna. So all right. I think Set It Off is more palatable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just think Dead Presidents is just like fine wine, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like fine wine. It has that
I
timeless.
like that.
Has that timeless early 70s, late 60s music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of player music there. You know
they
what I'm saying?
can't appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't appreciate that now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, it's just, I give it to Dead Presidents.
Okay. Damn. I mean, Cyrus is all like, eloquent with it. Like, yes.
Right. I love how you said that.
That's what, you and Blacktastic, boy, y'all some smooth motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's why they so close. Yeah, that's why.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my brother, what's the mathematics today, man? Well, elegant we put, my man, like y'all should be so smooth, man. I hate y'all. But oh, okay. So Blacktastic, up to you, bro. Which movie you think aged the best?
By far, this is a tough category because Dead Presidents is a movie I can watch by myself and truly appreciate. Set It Off is a movie I want to watch with a group of people because it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
If I had to choose one or the other, like right now, my family will watch Set It Off and like it.
Right.
Whether they're teenagers or 30s. Dead Presidents, you got to be in film school or you got to be technically sound to appreciate it more.
Appreciate it.
Good time and it aged better. I think Set It Off because everybody that I know knows everybody that's in that movie. Everybody knows Queen Latifah. Everybody knows Jada Pinkett.
Right.
To watch overall. And then female? What's homeboy's name to play the love interest?
Blair Underwood.
Blair Underwood.
Well, love that brother. So yeah. Just Set It Off.
It's funny because over the years, like people started hating him after he was in Medea's reunion. People started hating him after that.
Yeah, he was cold blooded in that one.
All right, so you say Set It Off then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Q. Say the best for last.
Oh man, no man, but I think they said it all. Like Set It Off just set it off at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like they doing bank robberies right off the bat. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
You're watching a POV perspective, them enjoying the money and enjoying all. It's fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a little danger element to that. You know what I'm saying? That you say, oh, this is fun to do this. Dead President is not like that though. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty dark and bleak the entire movie. The war stuff is all the way to the end. Even the bank robbery is exciting, but it still turns out tragic. So like Blacktastic was saying, and everybody else, Set It Off is a more digestible movie that I'll put on with the family. You know what I'm saying? We having a holiday. We just watch Set It Off.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? My family drinking a couple cognacs or whatever, want to lay back and really watch something.
Yeah.
I put on the Judas and the Black Messiah, or I put in Dead President. Dead President. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to get deep right quick. You know what I'm saying? And just chill. Which one aged better? That's the toughest one. Because I agree with that fine line with Dead Presidents, that it's just, you know what I'm saying, that time period that it's set in is just great. And he nailed it. No matter when that was shot, that could have been shot yesterday and it still would hold up. Set It Off, it's more entertaining, so and more digestible. But I think Dead Presidents is slightly better movie. And it still stands up to the day for being made in the 90s. So fuck.
True.
Yeah.
I have an. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I have an analogy, right? Dead Presidents is off the wall. Set It Off is Thriller.
Never ceases to amaze me.
some say Off the Wall is a musically better album.
Yeah.
But Thriller is the smash hit that everybody ran and bought. That's so 20 million.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Damn. So it's you can't go wrong with either one, but one is definitely one is more digestible and palatable to the general public.
If my friend's over, I'm playing Thriller though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sure. If you want to introduce anybody to Michael, you gotta put on Thriller. But personally, I love Off the Wall.
Let me just show you this Off the Wall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Damn.
So
that
was perfect analogy. That's how I feel about him too. That's how I feel about him.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
All right. So Q, you went with Dead Presidents. Take your time, brother. Take your time. It's hard. You know. But just don't take too long. I'm gonna get Nori on your ass.
Point.
You know.
Yeah. By half point. By half point, give me Dead Presidents. By half point, it's close though. It's close.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me personally as a cinephile, but like, you know, if I'm passing around with the family, it's gonna be we watch it Set It Off.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, also because if you're watching Dead Presidents with the family, you have to fast forward the awkward teen sex scene with Lorenz Tate and your girl, because remember they was having sex for the first time and he didn't know what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
But he had his arm on the bedpost, knocking up against the wall. And that's not something you want to watch with your auntie. Them, you know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
Yeah. No, gotta fast forward through that. All right, so moment of truth here, final grade. Okay, so we go back to the top. Okay, so better script story overall after telling everything up. That's a tie. Okay. Better lead. Jada won that one. Better supporting cast. Set It Off. Better score. Dead Presidents. Better soundtrack. Dead Presidents. More relatable. Dead Presidents. Better heist scene. Dead Presidents. Most heartbreaking death. That was a tie. Better direction. Dead Presidents. And age the best. Set It Off. So Set It Off started out kind of strong. But then Dead Presidents started to come back at the end. So the winner looks like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So by a little bit, one of the hairs on my bald head, Dead Presidents wins.
Wow.
By that much.
That's
very
still
close,
a good
though.
movie.
Very close.
Yeah, they're both good.
Movie.
Okay,
it's funny to see how all our reactions culminate into like one score, and we're just being honest and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, like they kind of go that way, like that. So we're both surprised by the the outcome. Like, okay.
I agree. Right.
Yeah, and like Blacktastic said, just just when you thought you liked the movie more, like when you really think about it and break it down, like,
when
damn,
you hear
is this
someone
a better
break
movie?
it down differently,
Yeah,
yes, exactly. It's
I'm
that's right. I do think that. I do. Yes.
Let me see if I can channel my inner Cyrus here. Let me see if I can channel my. Yeah, so the way I would analyze this is like Rocky and Apollo in 2 when they knocked each other down, and they were slowly getting up by the count, and Rocky barely made it up. That's how these movies. Nah, I'm fucking it up.
That's how the score is in Dead Presidents 2. That's the score compared to Set It Off.
Yeah, I can't say it like Cyrus, man, but yeah, y'all know what I mean. But yeah. This is Rocky and Apollo in 2. Dead Presidents barely won, but both of them, neck to neck. So there you have it. Dead Presidents wins this Hood versus.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So with that being said, I'm not gonna take much more of y'all time here. This was fun. I appreciate y'all coming on.
Cool.
All right. So once again, everybody that's watching, I got everybody's link in the description. Well, Cyrus, do you have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I'll send it to you for next time.
Oh, for next time. Okay, cool. And by the way, Cyrus too is a filmmaker, has a film that he's working on right now, about to come out soon, Year of the Rat, right? So you're putting the finishing touches on that with post-production, right?
Yeah, putting the finishing touches as we speak.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool,
I was telling TJ we're gonna do a red carpet premiere in April in Atlanta. So
dope.
Oh, that's what's up.
All right. Well, that's a few hours for me, so make sure I'm invited, man, so I can
do
my Sunday's best.
How far is that from you?
Huh?
How far is that from you?
Well, I stay in Central Florida, so that's about driving distance. That's like 5 hours, like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, where? Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's about the same for me too. About 4 or 5 hours.
Hey,
so
fellas, we all hooking up in April next year?
What?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then we'll shoot a review. We'll shoot one of these reviews.
Okay,
saying live.
Right. For sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be
for
dope.
sure. So with that being said, so everybody's link is in the description. Check them all out, and till the next time. So I'm already thinking what I think my next one might be, but I ain't gonna say it yet because I want to have a couple of drinks and
think about it. All right.
Let my alcoholic self come to the conclusion which one I want to do next. So everybody, thank you for coming in. This is Rashad G, Q Reviews, Blacktastic Media, Lovelee, my man Cyrus, signing out. See y'all in the next goddamn video.
Bye.
And now the awkward 10-second silence here while I try to end this shit.
Fade to black.